What's up, everyone? This is your host, Stefany Sweet.
And your co-host, Nia Audri.
And you are now tuned into the GrownupIsh Podcast. Welcome.
Hey.
Hello. Hi, y'all. I wish we could talk. Sometimes I wish we could, talk to them at the same time. So I can only imagine, when one day we are having our live sessions, right? And we have, a bunch of people and they're in the audience and we can talk to our listeners. That would be so freaking dope. I can't wait.
It's gonna happen.
It's gonna happen. Because I be feeling like I want to have these conversations with people, right, with the audience, with them, and kind of hear what y'all got to say about some of these things that we ask each other, and whatever else. Engagement. Yes, love it. So how was your week?
My week is good.
Anything fun and interesting?
Nope. I've been working, and which is not really any serious work right now. Summer, so I'm just doing a little reading summer camp, which is really easy. And I come home and I take a nap, and I work out, and that's my life right now. Just working and sleeping and trying to lose weight. That's it. That's all. I did do a 2-day detox.
How was that?
It wasn't bad. I feel like I need to do it again. I feel like when we finish recording, I'm going to go get me some more juice because...
But do you feel like 2 days is worth it? Like just 2 days?
I feel like I need more. I feel like I need more. 5. Pushing it. You're pushing it. I could do 5 when I'm working. 5 right now, though.
Oh, because
I have so much leisure on my, yes. I have free time on my hands.
That's true.
So, but I am going to try it again. Probably tomorrow. And what's tomorrow? Thursday, Friday.
Tomorrow. I'm going through too much shit for me to not eat. I
that's
feel
what it be, yo.
Yeah, stress or things happening in my life. I'm like, food, and that's not good either.
Yeah, I'm gonna try it again though.
I need to get life together.
I feel like I need to do it again because now I also feel like I got anxiety. I got a little food baby right now because I ate some nachos and stuff. But I feel like my anxiety is through the roof because I'm trying not to gain weight. And I have anxiety.
Don't think about it.
Girl, I was in a rut yesterday. I was in a little funky mood. And I was like, what is wrong with me? And I saw this girl made a post don't beat yourself up. You're your worst critic. And I was just like, also, bitch, you have anxiety. Did you forget that? You have diagnosed anxiety.
Right. This could be it.
This is an episode. That's what because I was just like, I can't lose anything. Why do I?
But you haven't. But you haven't.
I know. That's when I realized.
Think about where you at.
That's when I realized
where you were at.
You're having an moment of anxiety. Right, you're tripping. Right. Calm down. That's why I was like,
bring that back.
Hey, stop.
Right.
Stop.
Reminder.
You tripping.
I'm not where I started, so there's been progress.
Yeah, so that was
you gotta have those little moments. Though.
Yeah, so that was you forget. Because I did forget. I don't know if there's anybody else out there. I'm sure there are a lot of people out there that have anxiety, and I forget that I legit have anxiety. So sometimes I'll be just going through life, and then I'll just go through a rut, and I'm just like, I just don't want to do shit. I don't want to go through shit. I'm just done. I'm just tapped out. I'm defeated. I was so defeated yesterday for no reason.
Yeah.
And I was just like, what is wrong with me? What's the problem?
I mean, self-diagnosed, right? Unlike you, I haven't officially been,
going to talk to somebody or try out any medications or anything.
Oh, no. Not at all. And so I just feel like that's what it is. But there was a moment a while back where I would try to sleep and I couldn't sleep. I would have heart palpitations. And I ended up realizing that it was stress. It was stress induced and anxiety. But it was funny because not when she was going down in life, where I was really stressed. It happened relaxed. And I think my was so fine. Yeah, I was trying to take those to actually all started to come naturally. I was having these odd to have these moments. I'm not to anybody. these reactions, you would when you're in the moment. And but sometimes it happens to the fact, like, because I was actually it all, left myself enough to bottle everything up, and finally my body was just reacting to things, and I was not able to sleep, having like little mini attacks. I'll have moments where I'm fine, and then I'm like crying, like,
oh yeah,
boohoo crying. It was weird. It was a weird season for me, because I consider myself to be so strong, and I say that with quotation marks.
Yeah. And that's what it is.
That whole thing taught me that I'm not a one-woman show. I'm not like gonna run everything all by myself. Like, I need to be able to reach out and ask for help. I say this all the time, right? Yeah. That I struggle with that. I still struggle with that, but we just try to do better and grow.
That happened. That was yesterday, and I was like, oh yeah.
We just went off. We always go off on tangents.
I mean, because that's the only thing that happens. And, because I don't talk about the fact that I have anxiety. Yeah, I don't talk about it at all, ever. Because, like I said, I legit forget.
Yeah.
And then I had that moment. I'm like, yo, that's what that was. Yeah. Like, you're okay. So today was better. Today was a good day. Kind of got out of my head space about it. Because if there's one thing that, like, definitely kind of pushes me over the edge, it is my weight. Like, my weight is frustrating to me because it's something I've been working on for so long, and it gets to me, and then I'm like, but I'm not going to sit here and starve myself trying to be like, nah, because that's how you end up going down a bad, unhealtty path.
Right.
So yeah, that's what happened with me. But I think I am going to juice again for like the next 2 days.
Just plus continue to extend some grace to yourself,
Keyword grace. That's exactly what my friend, grace. I was talking to her about it, because we just ended up just going back and forth talking about, she was going through episode 2, and I'm like, girl, oh my goodness, let's talk and get each other on track. So that was great. But how was your week?
It's been fine, actually, for the most part, with the exception of the usual bullshit that I be dealing with. I went to the dealership today, and I had dropped off my car to get fixed like 2 days ago. They didn't do anything. They told me when I dropped it off, they told me, oh yeah, we'll have it the next day by like 1:00. They didn't. So I called, right, like ready to pick up my car. And he was like, oh, so yeah, we haven't gotten to it, but for sure tomorrow we'll have it for sure. And I was pissed. So I'm like, all right, well, I still have time. You can get it fixed. Okay. So I come tomorrow is today. I go today to pick up the car, and the car is still not fixed. And they lost my key. So what should have been like a quick, like, hey, let me just pick up my car, pay for whatever I need to pay, and go about my business, lasted 3 hours because they were looking for the key, couldn't find the key. I realized I had the spare. Then they made a copy. They gave me a free key, and I was on my merry way without a fixed car. Yeah.
Wow.
All of that. And my car is not.
You have like the car tales.
Right. Like always. It's always something. The car tales. Right. In the episodes of. It's fine. I just needed something like quickly fixed. But yeah, they did look it over and made sure that everything was functioning fine. So it is. But they didn't fix the thing I wanted fixed. But moving on with life. Making it work. Which brings us to today's topic of, I guess, we're talking about what we all bring to the table, right? Yes. In terms of relationships, not cars, guys. But in terms of relationships, what is it that we all bring to the table? Because, like, and you've heard these discussions, I'm sure. Yes. Women be like, I need my man to be this, or the men would be like, I need my woman to do this, XYZ, whatever it is, whatever it might be. The list goes on, right? And it's like, okay, these expectations that you have set for your partner, are those the same types of expectations that you're setting for yourself? Question. Right. That needs answers. So is that something that, like, I'll tell you for me. So I've always wanted to like make sure that the same thing that I'm looking for in my husband, I'm willing to do, or the same expectations that I have for my husband or my partner at the time when I was dating, right? For my partner, that I am also willing to do myself, right? Like I've always been of that mindset. So I would try to like match up, like, yo, when I was out dating out here in these streets, when I was dating, I would try to like make sure that, okay, if I need somebody to be making XYZ money, if I need somebody to be, willing to cook and whatever, if I need somebody to be willing to clean, or if somebody has these kind of morals, like I would try to make sure that I mirror that, because that's the same thing I want. Like I would want to mirror that. But it's not always like, it doesn't always happen that way. Point blank, period.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? What about you?
I would like to think that whatever I want somebody to bring to the table, I can also bring to the table myself. That's always been my mindset. Like, I'm not going to ask a man or ask of a man to have something or do something that I can't also provide for myself. That's always just been my mindset. Like, you hear those arguments. I know a couple months ago, people was going in on B. Simone. As usual, they always going in on her. She do be saying some dumb shit sometimes, though. But this time, I can give her she wasn't wrong in this statement.
What is that?
It's just the messenger. Sometimes it'd be the wrong messenger. At this point, nobody wants to hear anything from her because you don't even write your own books. But we digress. So the message was essentially, I'd be throwing shade. I don't care. Who gonna check me?
No shade.
Essentially, though, what she was trying to say was like, women, and she just be loud. She just be loud, and her delivery is trash.
I'm not gonna lie, I find her entertaining. I like some of the stuff. She is
entertaining, but sometimes
certain things I don't follow her too much to be like deep in there. It could be the messenger, it could be the delivery, whatever.
It's a little bit of both. I think it's
she's entertaining at times, and I think that she's just a boss girl that she's getting hers. And you know what? If you don't know how to do something, you got to find somebody who knows how to do it. And unfortunately, maybe she found the wrong people who she entrusted to do certain things. That's what it was.
I really think she trusted the wrong people.
It could be a variety of things. And then some people, like, they write, they actually sit down and write. I digress. That's besides the fact. But you were bringing up a point.
But the point is that I think just because she's got bad rep around her, but she pushed it through. She persevering. So who am I?
She really is.
She's persevering. So what she was saying essentially was, women cannot ask for a 6-figure man who basically got all his shit together, but you don't got your shit together and you can't even bring in half of that. Basically, that's what she was saying.
Ooh.
That's just to paraphrase it, because again, I didn't really follow the whole message, but I got what she was trying to say. Like, y'all can't be wanting a man who's up here.
I want a millionaire.
And you down here, but barely doing anything. Right. And in that case, I don't think she was wrong. Let me say this: you can want whatever you want.
Right.
You can want whatever you want.
You might be able to find somebody.
You might be able to find it, and you might be able to get it. However, don't just think that that's just going to happen. Don't just think that this man who's up here doing X, Y, and Z is going to be checking for you down here with nothing to bring. Because from my experience with dating now, and even with just conversations with my ex, most men want a woman who can bring something to the table. Meaning, more than just your ass, more than just some guac 3000. You don't have to bring more to the table than that wop in that mouth, okay? You're going to have to come with your own. I mean, that's great. That's awesome. But let's be honest, pussy everywhere. Right. I hate to say it, but it is.
There's a plethora.
There's a plethora of pussy out there, okay? Too. There's a plethora of dick. So you're going to have to come with more than just some dick to the table.
But I think that type of statement, or even the way we think, whatever, it's because of our circles, right?
It is.
It's because of our circles. Because if you are around a certain circle,
They think that's enough.
These city girl, like they out here like, who's paying for what? I'm not paying for shit.
Fuck you, me.
Right. Fuck you, me. Right. They're not paying for nothing. They're not trying to, let me bring something to the table. They're like, listen, I'm here. I'm the table. Okay. My presence is enough. Okay. My presence is gift enough. And you just need to spoil me. Point blank, period, poo. And then that's it. Like, that's their mentality. So it's kind of like, I guess it just depends on the circle that you're in. Because if you are like in those kind of circles, that you might find a guy who's wanting to be a sugar daddy. You might find a guy who's willing to, like, listen, you stay home. And that's another thing. We want to be able to do our own shit, be wherever we want to, like, do our stuff without anybody dictating, like, no, you need to be home. Some of these guys have certain expectations that would not align with my way of thinking.
Yeah.
And I don't want anybody saying, like, oh, you need to be at home taking the kids. Oh, I need you here. Come with me now. And, like, they have certain expectations. They want your attention constantly. They want you to be available when they need you to be available. They might want you to look a certain way. I'm talking about guys. And then reverse, like, the girls, they might want you to have money and you to be able to.
He gotta look like this. He
gotta drive this. He has to be able to shower me.
He gotta dress like this. He needs to be able to buy me X, Y, and Z. Which it always comes down to materialistic things sometimes. Right. Because this is another thing. I feel like when we have this bringing to the table conversation
in the real world,
it's deeper than just this materialistic stuff. Because let's just be honest, as I was sitting down and we were talking about this topic, and I started thinking about what I bring to the table, and as I start trying to make my list of what I bring to the table, materialistic things was like, I mentioned like one thing on there. I bring my own bag. I'm always gonna have my own bag. Right. Don't worry about that. I'm gonna always have my own bag. But majority of the things that I'm like, okay, what do I bring to the table? Okay, I'm gonna bring you emotional support. I'm gonna be empathetic. I'm gonna be considerate, patient. All the things that I want my partner. When it comes to that, it's just not materialistic.
You're thinking more in depth with depth.
Yes.
Right? As opposed to just very superficial and, like, on the surface. Because
6 figures don't be nothing if he don't listen to you or respect you or give a damn about your feelings.
Right. Or like, he's out here sharing himself with, everybody on the block. Like,
yeah, you better be careful what you ask for, because you're going to have a 6-figure cheater.
Right. Who's all over? You're sharing.
Manifest that shit, okay?
He's a pass around it.
Yeah, he's a hot potato.
Ooh, I like that one. You're accurate.
Shout out to Meg. All right.
Shout out to Meg. I don't.
And you gotta, and I think that's where, like we said, realistic expectations. Me, I'm not asking for a 6-figure man, because not to say that's not realistic. It's just that's not the thing that I'm asking for. Am I asking for a man who has stability?
Right.
Yes. Consistency. He has a stable and consistent income. Yes. Is he able to live comfortably? Okay. He ain't stressed out about where his next meal is coming from and how he gonna pay the next bill. That I want him to be somebody that's already living comfortable, who he chilling. He got his feet up. For me, I need somebody that, in this case, this is not something that I necessarily bring to the table. And I can be honest about that. This is why I needed in my partner. I need him to have very good money management skills. Because your girl, she be trying.
Spending.
But sometimes I'm like, oh, I went a little too far. Okay, I probably shouldn't have placed that in order. I should not have placed that.
Just bring that back.
But I'm working on it. But to me, like, that is one big thing, like, because I know, like, we talked about this before. I know I don't want to be the head, like, I don't want to manage our money completely. Like, I want to know what's going on, but I don't want to be the full manager of it. Yeah. So I want somebody, for me, that's really good with numbers. Like, he's really good with money, really good with managing money.
But that's where you find, like, somebody who complements, like,
that's the compliment part.
And so when people were like, oh, we need to be 50-50, what does that really mean? Because being 50-50, like, we splitting things down the middle, like, oh, you pay for this, I pay for that. We go on trips and it's like, okay, I mean, for me personally, it doesn't have to be that. Like, it doesn't have to be that specific. Like, for example, if like I make most of the money and my partner didn't make the same, I would not be over here expecting, oh, you need to come up with 50. Like vice versa. Like if I make less and my partner makes more than I make, I mean, we're gonna be able to afford a certain lifestyle, but am I gonna have to come up with 50%? Like,
I've never
everything?
really
Like, I don't
been
think...
a 50-50 person in relationships. Most of the time, honestly, and this is not because I expect it, this is not an expectation that I have, but most of the time, if I am dating somebody or in a relationship, he's handling majority of it. Right. And then there's stuff that I pick up or I just take care of. It's never been like, okay, I'm on we went to dinner and then we gonna cut it down the middle. No, or last time I paid for this, so honestly, this time you gotta pay for this. Like I've never, honestly, and I think if I ever dated or came across a man
already did it, right,
who was looking at me to pay half or something, I would be like, okay, I'm gonna pay my half, and then I'm gonna keep it moving because like, wow.
right.
Wow.
Right. I was just thinking, I was like, honestly, like all in the past, everybody that I dated, like, was willing to
not
pay,
tit
you know,
for tat.
it's not. It really isn't tit
it's
for
never
tat.
Tit for
it's
tat.
Just more of like,
I got you,
right,
you got me. I got you, you
happen.
got me. It was just, we go to the grocery store, we get groceries. Even if I've gone to the grocery store with my ex and we could be getting stuff to take back to his house or we're getting stuff to take back to my house. It doesn't matter. But I could be buying and he want like, oh, I want to make this. I'm gonna pay for it. At this point, we're going back to my house.
How many times I'll be shocked when I was dating my husband, shopping for stuff, and I'd be like, babe, and I'd end up just buying because
you get it.
Or
you got this at the house.
It just get it. You find somebody who's like match your energy, match your way of, like, some people talk about
because I heard a story. Y'all need to on broke people, because let me tell you, you go out, ladies, tell y'all right now, out, come here, sis, come here, sit down, tell you something,
listen up.
You take a man, invite a man out to dinner. You invite him out, meaning you to pay, and you don't get one out of the situation. You do not then cash app you back the money. That is bitch shit. Wow. It is very tasteless. Bitch, what?
Because I feel like girls be doing this.
I better get the fuck on. I'll be wondering why
a guy would ever.
A guy wouldn't.
If a guy would ever.
Most men don't. Let me say this. Most men, at least the men on the caliber that we're talking to.
Maybe like if they.
But you women be having the fucking audacity. Let me tell you. He told me that, and I was like,
where?
She
what
did.
Was the point?
She did.
That is some petty ass shit. That is really some female shit. If a guy ever did that, you on some female shit too. If you ever asked for a girl to cash app you money because you didn't get something out of
you didn't get what you wanted.
That's wild. Like, why would you ever?
Like, first off, you was trying to flex by paying for the meal to begin with.
And
if you broke, just say that.
Right. And then the bill came.
If you broke, just say that.
Like, ooh.
I said, wow.
This is not going to work out.
That's what y'all out here doing? Okay.
Failure. Epic fail. No,
don't do that, y'all. Like, don't do it. If you don't, and again, if he would have did that to her, she would have had a fucking
ripping, like,
oh, you broke.
Yeah. So much to say.
Like, come on now.
So much to say. What I don't like, though, is like, it's not that I don't like or whatever. I just feel that women, right, who may be like demanding or saying, oh, I want this, and they're not, they want the most, but like are there with their hands out, basically, right? They, in their from their perspective, they're saying, well, I'm making myself look a certain way. You know what I'm saying? I'm giving you attention, whatever it is that they feel that they're bringing to the table that is enough. right? But then they relying on this guy to be the provider, to just make sure that they're okay and all of that. What I don't like about that, and that's in general, vice versa for guys who may be doing it too and relying on somebody else. Don't rely on somebody else to be able to provide for you. Like, be self-reliant, self-sufficient, right? And self-sustaining, and to some degree where you're gonna be okay. Because like if you're just relying on this person, it's like, if something happens to this person, then what? Then what are you gonna do? So that part, I feel like that just like brings us down, just makes us look very incapable. And women are very capable. Okay, we are more than able to take care of ourselves and provide for ourselves and just make sure that we are good. Like, my mom just always raised me on some, like, have yours. If nothing else, if something was to happen, just know I'm gonna be okay. I'm gonna figure myself out. I'm gonna be good.
But that goes back to, like you just said, how you were raised. Some women literally were taught that you depend on a man, or you find a man to take care of you. Like, that's just what it is. Like, your goal in life is to find a man to
even
take
back
care
in the
of
day.
you.
You're right. Even back in the day, like, literally women used to go to school, get married, and then just be stay-at-home moms.
Yeah.
And that was like the life cycle. Like, you're
That's
there
it.
to raise your kids, and yes, you depend on your man. Not in a
and back then it wasn't. Yeah, and back then it wasn't on a gold digger, right, type of thing. Because now it's a gold digger type of thing, and now it's just like, this is it. I'm gonna go. And again, if this is your prerogative, that's your prerogative. That's what you want to do. You don't want to work,
YOLO,
or you don't want to what's the word? Be self-sufficient. That's on you. Everybody doesn't have the same aspirations in life. Right. And good luck to you, because this is a thing. It works for some. It doesn't work for everybody. There are a lot of women out there as well, because, being a natural woman from head to toe, natural hair, natural body, no work done, it is very easy to look at all these, especially now in the age of social media, to look at all these women who have all this work done and just assume that they have life made, or they're able to bag this 6-figure person. But the reality of the situation is, most of these women that have gotten a lot of this work done too, they're sitting in the same situation as a single natural women who don't have all this work done, or in worse situations sometimes,
or just dealing with a lot of internal emotional distress and trauma and all these other things.
A lot of other things
don't get to be privy to, because they're just putting on, like, on Insta, how.
And that's why it's like, don't. I guess I'm kind of getting on here. Like, don't ever think what you have to bring to the table is not enough, comparing yourself to them. Yeah.
Bar.
Because I do feel like, especially right now, being single, and it is out here, as much as I play games and talk about shit, it's hard being single if you're actively looking for somebody. Like, right now, I'm not looking. Just to update on that. Still not. But I can see, I hear from my friends that are single, both men and women. It's not easy. Like, there are unrealistic expectations. Right. They want a girl with the Instagram and
that does
money.
Everything, right? And
got money.
And does everything else and cooks.
You gotta cook, have an Instagram, had to go out 3,000 and you can't have no kids, and you got an 800 credit score, and you got a house and 2 businesses, working full-time job. Like that, all of it. There's some out there that want that, and then out there that have these unrealistic expectations about what the man has to have, and that's their business. But just don't think that what you are out here doing, for those of you that are out here grinding with the 9 to 5, and you're doing the best that you can to make it happen, whether you have kids, you don't have kids, know that you do bring something to the table. And I feel like as long as you have good morals and you have your head on straight, and you know that you are trying to be the best person you can be, and you're bringing that to the table, that the person that's for you is out there. And I can say that because that's the advice that people keep giving me.
I keep giving you that shit,
and I'm
man.
tired of hearing it, but I'm gonna tell them that. I'm gonna tell y'all, I don't want to hear that shit.
Girl,
Tired of hearing. It's a lesson.
what? It is. He lurking somewhere around here. I ain't gonna tell you what.
Hear that.
You gonna flick him on?
Yeah, I ain't trying to hear none of that shit. None of that shit.
It's the truth.
Yeah, and that's why I'm telling them, because I want them to know the truth. But I don't want to hear it.
Why?
Because I'm tired of hearing that shit. I'm over it.
Okay.
I am over it. But this is not about me.
Will remain
this is
the
about
truth,
helping y'all.
regardless of whether you're tired of it or not, sis. It is what it is. And I'm not even going to tell you what I'm thinking. I'm going to tell you off the air.
That's fine.
My predictions.
Go ahead. When we get off the air, I'm still not going to want to hear. But, okay. Anyways, we always get on the tangent of my status. But I want y'all to know that, sis, bro, whoever's listening, you are enough. Right. Just make sure you got your shit together, though.
Fellas, right.
Your shit together. And you got kids, take care of your kids, bro.
Right.
And sis, because there be some
everybody,
mamas
all of y'all.
All y'all, take care of y'all kids.
But, fellas, when you are out here and you're assessing the playing field, okay, or the situations in situationships or whatever, whoever it is that you're interacting with and dating and whatever and everything, like, don't be afraid to set higher standards for yourself. Don't let these women out here like, oh, if you're not doing this, you're not worth, you ain't nobody, like, you're not it. You know your own worth. Because I feel like guys also sometimes get pressured or bullied, like and then they're out here trying to flex and do the most, trying to impress, okay? Because they don't want to be called cheap, or they don't want to be called like, like, oh, they're lame and they're not doing this because they're not doing this and you're not doing that and you're not flexing. You know what you are? You're being smart. You know what I mean? Like, if
this is the thing I don't want personally. I can't speak for every other woman. But the dude that's on the internet trying to flex is not the dude that I'm interested
doing the
in.
most, right?
I don't want the dude that's flashing his money. First off, if you taking pictures every day and you constantly on social media, I'm already kind of turned off. I ain't gonna lie. You just on social media way too much for me. I know that's weird, but I'm kind of a private person, so I don't like people that are constantly on social media. I went on my trip. I did my little photo dump of like 10 pictures from that whole trip.
But that's nothing wrong with that.
And then I was done.
No, we're talking about like you're constantly.
No, that's what I'm saying. And that was it. Like that was 2 weeks ago. I haven't posted anything else.
Everything you do.
So like
every food you eat, every shirt you buy, every trip you take, like 24/7, constantly on. I know exactly what you're doing with your life every single day.
I feel bad because I be posting on my story, but my stories be funny. I'm entertaining. I am.
We're supposed to say that, not you.
I'm entertaining. We're entertaining, but I be entertaining. Well, I be doing other shit on the side and other entertaining shit that I don't be bringing to the podcast because you'll be like
her own thing.
You'll be like, Nia,
I want to see this. I want to see.
I'll be having discussions. We be
have these discussions. Well,
y'all need to goddamn engage because I'll be asking questions and y'all just be on the sideline like, I saw it, but I ain't gonna respond.
Because they be scared everybody else gonna jump in.
I'm just joking. I like y'all. I love y'all. Okay, so what do you feel you brought to the table in your marriage?
Everything.
She said the table. The tablecloths, the chairs, the setup.
The setup.
The forks he keep putting in the box.
Hello, right.
The forks he keep putting in the goddamn takeaway box.
What did I bring to the table? Definitely, like, this is a very good question because I feel when I have to talk about myself, I feel weird sometimes when I have to talk about like my personal aspects of my life sometimes. But I feel that I brought loyalty to the table. You know, I am super loyal to the people that I care about. And, you know, that whole trust factor that I continuously talk about, like, you know, I will be real with you and truthful with you. And if you violate that, like, God help you. God help us, our relationship. So I brought that to the table, you know, financial savviness, you know,
She is financially savvy.
I take care of myself, and I'm not out here like, investing in a whole bunch of different things, but I do handle my money quite well. Um and just like the support level for my partner, like I want us to be a team, not for us to be against each other. Just my mentality is just different from how I was in the past relationships, right? Just knowing the fact that we are supposed to be a unit. Like I was just a lot more prepared.
Yes.
To be like a unit as opposed to just, oh, I'm an entity. No, we are one. And like having that mentality just changed everything I think for me.
Yeah.
I would think for us too. Um yeah, and like learning to know or knowing that we need to continuously have fun with each other,
Yes.
like spicing things up. Like it's an adventure, okay? It's a continuous adventure. I have my morals that we share, you know what I'm saying? Like we pray together. Not as often as we need to, but like these certain things that are like that keep us grounded and help with stuff, and just the way I view, more than anything, the way I view things. Like I could go into depth about other stuff, but I think it's more personal. But yeah, that's like my loyalty, my resilience, my strength, and I feel like my mentality of how I think a relationship should be is I feel it's instrumental in how we're going to continue to be together and grow together, and him sharing those things with me too, um, having the same wants and morals help.
Big facts.
Yeah. So you essentially, I guess, you have to find what works for you or what you're looking for, and then have to mirror that. I don't like when people are like, "Oh, I want this, I want that." I don't know. It just doesn't sit well with me. But they're not willing to do that themselves. They're not willing to put in the work. I want someone who's loyal, but then they go around and they out here cheating or doing the most, right? Or I want somebody who has, like you said, the money and whatever, but you lazy as shit, and you not even, if you're not gonna work, at least, okay, if you're not working like where you have a job, okay, fine, but be doing something else that is gonna contribute to y'all doing better. Because sometimes it's not monetary. It doesn't have to be monetary. What else are you bringing yourself to the table that is going to progress y'all forward? Maybe it is the way that you are financially savvy. Maybe it's the way that you maintain certain things, and just you're a partnership. So it doesn't have to, I don't believe necessarily, like I said, in that whole 50-50, but be the yin to his yang, be the yang to her yin. Did I say that right? Whatever.
You did that. Okay.
Something. Y'all know what I'm saying. Yeah. Like, switch it up.
Respect. I don't know what else I'm supposed to say right there.
Yeah, but I think that's
sound like you brought some great things to the table. I could definitely say that the more that we have these discussions and the more that I'm talking with just other people about different relationship topics, I feel like I am becoming wiser and more mature.
And having realistic expectations.
Yeah, definitely more realistic.
Because I didn't really have realistic expectations.
Yeah, I didn't. I don't even know. I don't know what expectations I had. I don't know. Fucking not realistic. I guess not. I don't know what the fuck I was doing in my life. I don't know what the fuck I was doing. I was just there trying to make shit happen. But now I can say that where I'm at right now, like you said, I'm in a better and more mature headspace. I definitely can say that in my next relationship, what I'll be bringing to the table is more insight and understanding, and the fact that it takes more communication and patience. Like, these are things that I'm not saying I didn't have before, but I'm just in a better space with it now, like way better space with it now. Definitely, like I said, I have my own stuff together as far as like my financial standing. money management is okay. Definitely could be better.
But you know your limitations, and you
I
know
do.
what? That's part of the
I do.
important, okay? And part of the growth. Like, you knowing that, okay, this is not my forte here, babe. In order for us to succeed, you need to do this.
Yeah. And let me say, it ain't like I'm just out here broke,
right,
and
right.
blowing money every time I turn around.
Right,
that's not it. But I have financial goals that I would like to hit, and I think having a partner who's more financially savvy would definitely help me get to those goals. You know what I'm saying?
And that's exactly
so that's what I mean by that. But then there's
like, you can do what you need to do.
Yeah.
You are out here being responsible.
Oh, yeah.
You're running a business. Like, you know, it's not like you're incapable.
Oh,
but like you said, if there is somebody who can do it better, here,
help me,
okay. Help us.
Exactly. So I definitely understand now, and I bring, of course, positive energy. That is something that I've been working on heavily. Just trying to be positive, always seeing that silver lining, bringing that to the relationship. Which means I need somebody who's going to be open-minded enough to also see the silver lining, because this is one thing that irks me. I hate when I'm trying to be positive and like brighten up somebody else's day, but then they just keep being fucking negative. It's like, damn, if you want to be depressed, just be depressed. Right, like, I can't help you. You're not going to beat me down with you. Like, I'm trying to lift you up.
We're trying to be sunshine here.
I'm trying, like, and you're just like
cloud.
Exactly. So can't do that. Can't have it. Like, not going to be a therapist today because you're tripping. But I also feel like, of course, ambition. I'm a very ambitious person. So for me, I need somebody who, even if you don't want to have your own business, even if you don't want to do your own thing, I need somebody that is supportive of that ambitious aspect of me, because I would just be having 1,001 ideas running through my head at all times. And not saying that we got to make them all become a reality, but I bring that ambition to the table. Like, I'm always going to want more for whoever I'm with and whatever we're doing. And I love that you brought up like that understanding of like the partnership aspect of it, because that's something that I don't necessarily think I brought to the table before.
I definitely did not. That was an epic fail from one of the epic fails from my previous relationship.
But now I feel like I said, I'm constantly learning, and I have to just be, as I reflect on like just the podcast and all of the discussions that we've had and all the interactions that I've had from talking with people, and how much I'm just learning about relationships and observations I'm making of relationships. It's like, yo, although I joke about like, maybe I'm just going to be single forever, I do feel like if I do meet the right person, I'm going to be in such a better place.
Y'all can't see my face right now.
Of all the work that I'm putting in now, that is helping me just become an even better woman.
I'm glad
and
you
eventually
see
a better
this
partner.
Way, finally. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but whatever. But yeah, patience, wisdom, support, just understanding, empathy, the ability to listen. Just listen.
Yeah.
Don't think you know what the person is saying. Let them say it.
Right. Actively listening.
And ask questions. And be okay with asking questions, okay? So yeah, those are the things that I feel like I bring to the table now at this present time. And I feel good about that, because those are the things that I also want brought back to me. Like,
that when you mentioned the patience thing, that is a major key, like along with like the understanding, being more understanding, right? And understanding the partnership of it, like it's an us versus me against you. That was a huge factor in my previously failed relationship.
Mm-hmm.
But I think, you know, the patience part is huge. Having patience for each other, not like tolerance. I don't want to confuse it with just putting up with stuff. You know, like it's not that. I'm saying, really, I mean, if the person is changing, is willing to change, giving them the opportunity to change, because it's not an overnight thing. And just like a child, this is a perfect example. My mom always says, you have to keep like mentioning certain things. It's frustrating, and it's a lot, because you feel like, oh, you sound like a broken record, and it's repetitive. Not, you know, there's levels to it, right? But the fact that, you know, sometimes we think it's just gonna be like a microwave instant change, like boom, boom, done. Okay, like, okay, I told you this, and then from now on, this is never gonna happen. Sometimes, no, that's not the case. You know, you having the ability to extend grace and having the patience to kind of have to maybe let's revisit this again. I remember we were having a conversation. It's like, oh, if I'm like having to say the same thing over and over, you know, at this point, like, what I'm you know,
What
I'm
am I
gonna
doing?
what am I doing? Right. I'm not, what's the point? Right. But having that patience to kind of
Man.
let that person grow, but it has to be like where you meet in the middle.
Yeah.
And maybe it's not going from A to Z complete change, but maybe it's from A to J.
That's funny because I said J in my head.
Really?
Yeah.
We right here.
We there. We linked.
But like maybe it's like, you know, it's
progress.
a progress or a gradual,
Yeah.
you know, increase like little by little, you know, and it's not just an overnight turnaround. So just me knowing that part, because I used to be like, get this shit, let's go. I need to see this change now. You know,
that was
me.
Like, that was me.
What are we doing? You
that
know,
like that was definitely me. Like, yo, I'm not gonna be. You are not gonna waste my life.
Right.
I am not.
And everything is like aggression, right? Everything is like,
girl. You know, I was on a timeline. By 30, I was supposed to be married.
Same.
I was supposed to be working on children by now. And look at me, 30.
Look.
Just 30.
Girl.
30 with a nice body.
You get, okay. See, she just, first, the beginning of the episode, she was complaining.
I got anxiety.
Now she's like, with a nice body, like, look.
I mean, it do what it do when it do it.
Right. She just changed her whole attitude now.
All right. You got a classy ratchet or real story?
I don't have a classy ratchet or real.
I got a classy ratchet or real. So this just happened.
Maybe I'll think.
Y'all. So it's not directly related to the topic, but it kind of is.
Tell me.
It is.
I want to hear.
So peep this, y'all. So this dude that I talked to way back in like high school, right? So anytime I comment on my friends' stuff back home on like Facebook and stuff, I get a lot of friend requests from people back home. Mm-hmm. So I've been getting requests lately, a bunch of friend requests, and I just let them sit there because I don't accept friend requests very often unless I actually know of the person. So I get a friend request from this dude that I talked to back in high school. He didn't say nothing to me. I didn't say nothing to him. I just accepted it and kept it moving. So when I was on vacation, this person slides in my DM. And he's just talking to me where I'm like, oh, you don't even remember that we talked. Oh.
So you guys used to talk back in the day?
Mm-hmm.
But
he don't remember.
What?
So we're talking. I'm just like, yeah, he don't remember that I talked to him. Like, he don't even recognize me, I guess. I don't know what you talk to that many people. Okay, whatever, boom. So I'm chopping it up with him or whatever. We having this little back and forth. So then come to find out. Oh my
gosh, that's so weird and awkward. Okay, go ahead.
So come to find out, he goes and he's asking like, oh, I'm just trying to find out, are you single? And I end up finding out like how he asking you if he's single, and he just told us like, boop-de-boop, basically he got a girlfriend. So I'm just like, oh.
See, the messy.
Secondly, he's one of these dudes already. I've added him, and he constantly making statuses underneath everybody fucking status. Like every time I see somebody post something, I see him commenting under it. Like he's on social media. Like you, everybody. Like I could go to a random person's page I'm not even friends with, and he underneath there talking to somebody. Like, God damn, he on your page. He everywhere. I said, ooh, thirsty? Here, I'm gonna spray you with a spray bottle. Damn. You gotta be dehydrated, bro. So I didn't even respond back to him. And I saw a post later that was like, basically it was from this little funny page I follow. And it was like, how you asking me if I'm single, you not even single? Like,
right. Bruh,
you're not
apparently single. A whole girlfriend, and you out here trying to find out for what?
I never responded back. That was the end of that conversation. He ain't hit me up no more. We just left it at that. Now he just another lurker in the views. So bye. But y'all be tripping. How are you asking somebody if they're single?
So ridiculous.
And you allegedly have a whole girlfriend.
Another bullet dodged. Okay,
another one.
We're gonna.
It wasn't gonna go nowhere anyways because I see you under too many people's posts.
You're doing a whole lot, sir.
He commented under everything.
Why?
Everything. Do you work?
What are you doing?
Is
that
Facebook your
on,
job?
Yeah, like what are you doing that you're constantly on social media like that?
He's
so
all
intensely.
over Facebook. Hey, bro. Yeah, bro. On what? No. You
Okay.
sound like a nut.
Okay.
Shut up, lame ass dude.
Wow.
All right. So yeah, that was that. I thought that was interesting because I'm just like all up in my inbox. But you just told somebody else last week that you had a girl.
Which is ridiculous.
And you were trying to do something with her.
Wait, but what if... No, I'm going to play devil's advocate. What if maybe he was just saying that to the girl because he wasn't interested?
It wasn't the girl that
it wasn't
told
that.
You had a girl.
Oh. No. I was trying.
No, that wasn't
y'all.
it. He was trying. He might have been trying to. Maybe he might have been trying to seem cool. Like, yeah, I'm about to do this with my girl.
Right, and he really ain't got nobody.
Well, he played himself. You played yourself.
Epic fail, sir.
You played yourself.
Shame. Well,
y'all be stupid sometimes. Men are stupid sometimes.
Let's not do that.
Y'all be entertaining though. Let me tell y'all this. I have been seeing some of the most entertaining posts of men doing dumb stuff lately that is just like so funny to me. I'm just like, I love y'all because y'all be just doing such stupid.
You know what
shit.
that is though? That's just the internet. The internet
is. Like, the internet always finds ridiculous. The greatest. Oh my God. Okay. Let me know. I'm just gonna
One
stop.
more.
Okay.
Go. I want to hear this.
So in the midst of me being like, you know what? I have to stop taking men so serious. And I just got to start laughing at y'all sometimes. Because then I saw this post.
I tell you, have fun. Just have fun. Everything will be fine.
I saw this post. And it was this dude basically begging for his girlfriend to let him back in the house.
What?
He was begging to let him back in the house. Okay. Like, she gonna let me in because I got the stuff. Then he gonna grab his nuts. Like, I got the stuff.
Oh, God.
He gonna let me back in.
Okay,
so
you know what?
The next morning.
This is why you outside now.
Listen. Then it was the next morning, he outside on the car playing R&B song outside the house, and she just hanging out the window looking like this clown.
Right,
just look at him. And I was just like, at this point,
look at this shit.
You just gotta laugh.
I'd be on calling y'all up, like, just look at this shit.
Look at him.
Look at this.
Embarrassing.
Right.
Just embarrassing.
Right. I'm just dumping all your clothes outside at this point, and you just need to go.
They was like, this is what toxic love looks like. I was like, that's exactly it. But it is very entertaining. Tell you that much. Y'all are funny. So
some people are into that stuff.
Because they are crazy.
Right. You're both crazy. You're both crazy. But all right, y'all. We're going to wrap this thing up.
Don't slide in my DMs if you got a girlfriend.
Let's not.
Because I'm going to tell.
Don't do that. Repellent.
Next time I'm going to tell.
What's the emoji? No. Stay away.
Snitch.
Yeah, you know where to find us. The GrownupIsh Podcast on IG, The GrownupIsh on Twitter. The GrownupIsh Pod is the website. Like, subscribe, share, all of the above. Okay, and yes, this is another episode.
Until next time.
And until next time, toodaloo. Bye.